Avast me hearties, I be Tigerly and this be Pirate Fashions. Today I'm going to show you how to put a buxom bodice onto a lady. Alright, so this is our latest bodice, and what we always start out with is we want to grab the front. She's going to put her arms through here and then keep it taut, so then I have a surface to untie from, because it's easier to do it when it's taut than when it's loose. So I'm just going to untie the middle, then grab the next set of X's and pull them all away, and pull the next one halfway. Right? So there's a knot here. It should never ever be untied. Then I'm going to flip this over. So there's a big cord here. That's because pirates like tying winches up, and you're gonna have to untie it and make sure you keep everything nice and clean. I pull this one out, then I pull the next one halfway, and then the last one halfway again. So now we should be able to fully open it like that. There's a modesty panel we want to keep in back, and now we're going to put it overhead and make sure you keep your elbows straight and as much straight ahead. Don't try to dive down into it, okay? Okay, so now there's a whole bunch of horizontal X's going across, but there's only one vertical in the middle. I'm going to grab that and pull it and then hand it to her for her to keep it. Now I'm just going to pull the slack out, and I start on the bottom, go to the top, and then maybe I have to tighten it again so it seesaws. So all I'm trying to do is to make these touch, but don't overlap them. Alright? And then I'm going to tie these in a standard overhand knot. Okay, so the proper height that these should be is right at the very bottom of the breast. So when I turn her around, she might want to adjust it. So if at this time you want to pull the girls up, and then you want the corset to be right up against them. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to pull the modesty panel across here. Look for my loops on the end, and I'm going to pull it and hand those to her. Alright, I'm going to pull the slack out. Okay, so don't pull that one yet. Okay, now I'm going to rotate to the front. Okay, so what she's done is on her bottom hand, she has, well, okay, so let's look. So it's like this, right? The right side and the left side. So there's a top and a bottom. So when I say pull on the top, you know, then she'll know to pull on that, and when I say pull on the bottom, she'll pull on the bottom, because you usually tighten either the top or the bottom. Alright, so here I'm using one finger to pull, then I go to the next one and I pull that. Now if we look at this, both of these is on top of the fabric, as opposed to these ones right here go below the fabric. So you don't ever need to pull these, so you're only pulling every other one. So this one, then this one, and then this one. Now pull the bottoms, good, and then to the top. I pull the top one, then I skip the bottom, and I go to the next top one. I hold that, and I pull there, and now you're going to pull the tops. Good. And now I'm gonna pull the modesty panel across so it doesn't bunch up. That tight. Alright, so it's better instead of trying to get super tight in the first go around that you do it in many small iterations. So here, all I'm doing is using one finger at a time, pull the bottoms, that I'm never pulling with my knee because that could be harmful. Alright, and I'm, okay, pull tops, a little bit more, good. And then as I get tighter and closer, instead of going all the way to the bottom, I'm now just doing the ones that are more in the middle. Pull the bottom, pull the tops, and pull the bottoms. Alright? She's still got more. Alright, pull the bottoms, and then once we're done, and she'll tell you if it's too tight. You don't initially, when you're first starting, want to go too tight. Many times after you've tightened it, that maybe an hour later you'll want to tighten it up a little bit. So you want to get that little bit of tension at the end. You could just put your hip and pull. Alright? So now I'm going to tie this in a standard overhand knot just like I did before, except you see there's these two really long ones on the bottom and two short ones on the top. So I'm going to slowly pull them so that they become the same size, right? Like that. And then I'm going to tie it once more. Like that. Okay? So now you see how these shoulder straps are all loose. I'm gonna untie these, and then here when I look, what I want is this to be somewhat flat, so you can tie it here to the outer loops, here to the inner loops, or inner loops cross or outer loops cross. On her, they'll look best with the outer loops cross. So then I look at how much pull there is, and there's quite a bit, so I'm going to put this one at the very highest level. It depends on how broad her shoulders are, and I'm going to pull it from the top to the bottom, and then I'm going to tie it beneath the strap so it's going to hide the knot. And then I'm going to tuck it in underneath. I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay, and as you see how this, it's connecting here, but it's wide here. It just depends upon their body type. It doesn't have to be exactly even all the way through. Okay, when I come down here, these have some adjustments on the side. Make sure the modesty panel cuts across, and then we're gonna tie these here. And to the other side. Alright, so that's how you tie a corset, and I'm going to go really fast in how to untie a corset. So, there, I'll use the, you can untie the top. Some people don't like to, they just keep it as it is. So you're going to untie this. And then usually I suggest widening your stance a little bit. Spread your legs. Alright? And then I'm going to seesaw this back and forth. Alright? Till they're all away. Then I go to the next one. I pull it to that finger. This one to the top finger. Until all of them are going through the same finger. And I rotate it around. And it's all done. Right? And then we can just do the front. Same way. And up and over it goes. Alright, so that's all that's required to put on and take off a bodice. So for all your pirating needs, remember Pirate Fashions.